Hey everyone, Furo here with a brand new Gwent deck for you guys. I finally got around to try out some Nilfgaard stuff yesterday, and for me the best working version right now is a Rod-Toss Nilfgaard control deck. Maybe you have different experiences, but it looks like that this one is a bit better than the revealed theme. If you have some decent reveal lists running right now, feel free to hit them in the comment section. I'm always glad to see some suggestions. So, now onto the deck. Nilfgaard appears right now to be on the weaker side of the meta so far, but I still have decent results with the deck, so the weakness might also be partial because of the unfamiliar mechanics and cards. In the long run, I hope that the playing field will stay together, closer, and the overall win rate become higher for the faction. The strategy as a control deck is of course to control the game in some way, while hopefully also staying ahead of your opponent in resources. To do that, we have various tools at hand. First off, let's start with the leader, which is Morvran Voorhis. He is really awful and just put him in here because he's a premium. Of course not, I'm just kidding, his effect is really good. He allows you to look at the top 3 cards from your deck and choose one that will then be played. Alongside the faction ability, which allows you to do an extra redraw at round 2 and 3, you are able to swipe to your deck kinda easily, looking for the right cards at the right time, while dropping useless stuff in a specific matchup left and right. And because we like our leader ability that much, we'll of course play that a second time. How, you might ask? Let's have a look at Saar here. This Nilfgaard gold card will reactivate the leader ability for both players after 2 rounds. Depending on the situation, this will not only give yourself your own great ability again, but also forcing your opponent to use his ability earlier than he would have liked. In most cases you will get more value out of a second ability than your opponent. That is of course varying in each matchup. For general comparison the average value should be higher nonetheless. The name given card of the deck is the Rod-Tosser, a 4-point strength unit that will spawn a cow carcass on any opposing row you like. The cow will destroy the weakest non-gold units in that row after 2 turns, and because it will start to count when it's your opponent's turn, he has then in fact only 1 turn to react to the card. A great opportunity to hopefully clear a bunch of stuff, and probably the main reason why the deck is working that decently. For the rest of the deck, we are mainly looking at pure value choices. With the Nilfgaardian Knight here, Nilfgaardian Knight, we have a bronze power horse in the deck that is good for 11 points. You need to reveal a card in your hand as a downside, but do not forget that you can still redraw that revealed card if necessary with the faction ability. For some mass destruction damage, we are running for sure the super strong Yennefer the Conjurer gold card and the Orquist. Both are good for some point reductions, while the single target removal comes in form of various cards like the Scourge, the Black Infantry Arbalest, Peter, Saar, Gwynleve and Vicovaro. The last 2 are not only able to hit your opponent's side, but you can also reset and destroy your own unit for some really great bonus. I would say that's pretty good. If you're not a believer, let's hope that some games will make you one. I am by the way currently on rank 11, up from rank 9 that I was yesterday. So let's go into some games now. So our first matchup will be against the Monsters deck, and if he's running some consume shit, then that's definitely a problem because the Rod-Tossers here are definitely not working that great against consume monsters. Against all other decks, all other factions, the Rod-Tossers are working wonderful, but the consume one is definitely a problem. So we need to be careful here. Scourge, Emissary. Might drop 1 Rod-Tosser. We're getting those bronze cards back with the Emissary easily. If he's running weather cards and the Aeromancy is not good. Against consume monsters, Aeromancy is good, but we can't be sure right now, so I'd like to drop that here. Got an Orquist. And we will keep the first light and Scourge, so I guess we are starting with that here. Let's find out what he's playing. With a Yennefer. Yeah, we got the same card. Do you like that? I heard. We'll just start with the same. Well then it is... We are more or less changing each other the points. Which is alright. And we could just drop in some spies. Like the Canderella here. Generella is the 12-point card when it is spying. And we can look at the top card, and if we want we can drop that to the bottom and we'll draw a card then.
No one can hide from me.
That would be a Rod Tosser. I would say we're dropping that. So that's 12 points now. We're hitting with the Yennefer every round, so he's losing quite a lot of points. Also we have the ability of course to get that back to base strength. So he would be then down to 6. We'll have to see about that. Ice Giant, dropping quite some big stuff here already. Okay, we are going for the emissary. Getting the Nilfgaardian Knight, that's another 11 points on board. And we're currently 1 card ahead. Definitely not interested too much right now in winning the round at any cost. Because he's dropping so much stuff here. Currently 38 points to 9. We are 2 cards ahead now. I would say we can just pass. Losing the first one, but have a huge card advantage. And it looks like he's playing with some weather cards, so then the Rod Tossers are definitely working. If he's not consuming them. We will start this round here with the Orquist. We can now redraw 1 card. Shall we do that? Definitely the first light. Could drop the Scorch here. We have the... I guess we can keep that just. Let's drop this one. Get the Sunder Aromancy. So we're starting here with the Orquist, which is then after 4 rounds, 4 turns, coming back into our hand. Well, if he's not dying, of course. So the Thera here will just get stronger the more weather is spawning. So right now it's 6 points. And definitely like to just kill that here with the Elder Thunder before the Thera is getting out of control. For the smaller units, stuff like the Rod Tosser would be interesting. With that we can just kill all the smaller units, no problem. We could also just check out our Voorhis here.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Ooh, getting Siri, we are picking the car here.
As you wish.
So now he's forced to use his leader ability if he wants to get another one. So he will spawn another weather effect. We have the first light here. So we could just get rid of the weather without a problem. And he's probably using the weather then here in the back to create rain. Little buff here and there, interesting. Interesting. So let's give him the Rod Tosser, and for now if we use it here we would kill the 3 points. If we use it here we are killing 6 points, but he can of course spawn another fog. But still that's currently, it's more points, so we are trying that one. If he's now not using his leader ability, he's missing out 1 card. Because if he's not using the leader ability, then it is not reactivating. So hopefully he's not doing that. Would be really great. Oh, he's just passing. That's great, gives another advantage. So currently we are 17 points behind. Which is quite a lot, but we only need to play 2 cards here. If we play the first light, he's losing 3 points right now. If we just go for the Nilfgaardian Knight, that will be 11 points. We could then drop another unit here. Right now he would keep the Ancient Foglet. We could prevent that if we go for the Scorch. And we are getting rid of 7 points, so not too much. But still, I like that. So if we're getting rid of the 7 points, let's play the Scorch here. And we are then 10 points behind, and we're dropping the Nilfgaardian Knight. We are redrawing the Aromancy here. That is no use. And still 2 cards up ahead. Yeah, he's keeping one of the Foglets. And that is just dying because the fog is gone. So let's redraw the Aromancy. He now sees that we have a first light, so he needs to be careful about his weather effect. For now, not much to do. We are just stopping the Orquist. If we're using the lead ability and getting only cards that are damaging the other lane and the other side, then it's no use. And that's why we need to start with the Orquist. That one has 0 effect. So with the Rod Tosser, we could clear this lane right now. That would only be 4 points. So there might be better target lanes, but could also be worse. And we could just use the lead ability here.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
Finding Lacerate, Siri, which would be 6 points. And the Black Infantry Arbalest, which would be right now 7 points, but that one can of course be targeted by weather, so I like to go for the Siri. These are 6 points that are safe. You can't get rid of those. Yeah, spawning some White Frost. Currently a bit ahead. You might then use the Rod Tosser, for example, on this lane. If he's spawning more fog, the foglets are of course coming back. But we can just get rid of our Rod Tosser here with our Mage, so drawing another card. And we can of course use the Clear Skies. But for now, let's kill this lane. Hey, Ancient Foglet. So that one is getting bigger and bigger. And when we then use the Black Infantry Arbalest, he has next round 7 points next turn. And the Arbalest will then remove 5 strength instead. So that is good. For now. Bit limited here. I don't want to use the destruction card too early. We might need to kill a unit on our opponent's side. If we use the Black Infantry right now. I mean, we could use also the... Let's see, if we go for the Clear Skies, we could kill the Foglet anyway. That is better. So the Foglets are gone and only the Ancient Foglet stays on the board. So we are getting rid of the 6 points here. That's definitely better. If he's spawning another fog, he would get the Foglets back. That will be 6 points. Doing that? No, he's going for the rain. Going for the rain. So with the Peter here, we could just reset, for example, the Orquist. If needed, that would be another 5 points on top of that. But for now, let's hit one of those. Just moving the points here. We can easily get rid of the smaller units with our Mage, drawing another card, which would be excellent. He only has 2 cards to go. And the game is normally over at that point. So a Drowner gives that back to the back here, no problem at all. I would say we are resetting the Orquist now.
The common folk.
Will be another 5 points, so we are even currently. We can then kill one of the smaller units. We still have a 3 to 5 damage unit.
Let's get this over with.
Gerald Art. Yeah, that is not dealing any sort of damage. So let's just draw another card here.
An interesting choice.
We're getting rid of, doesn't really even matter, so just picking this one, drawing another card.
Sometimes I've had about enough.
And this one is a lock card, let's just pick this one. And now we're ahead, still have 1 card to go. And there's a victory.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
Game 2, facing Bruverhook, Skoyatil. And that one's ranked 12th. So we have Aromancy here. We have an Emissary, Rod Tosser, Double Knight, Orquist, Candarella and Yennefer. So interesting stuff going on. If he's playing with some dwarves, the Aromancy would be pretty useful. So we could keep that. We might drop one of the Knights here. Double Emissary. So we can drop another Knight as well. We are getting those back with the Emissary easily. Black Infantry Arbalest, which might be pretty good. Again, if he is dropping some dwarves, then the dwarves are getting buffed and we can deal 5 damage with the infantry. So I would say we can just keep the cards here. That should be pretty good. Let's start with the end. And we need to start, unfortunately. In that case, we might just go for the Orquist. Assuming that the first round is taking a bit longer. The Dragoon, he's buffing a unit in his hand. A non-gold unit, up to 4 strength.
Please wait, Your Excellency.
And there is a knight. We are showing him the Aromancy. Which might be a problem. So if he has a first light, he's now not using that to get another unit out of the deck. He's waiting for the Aromancy. Definitely not the right way to do it.
Let us see.
Give him another 12 points. Oh, we're getting Siri. Do we want to keep the Siri? I guess so. So let's get the Siri, because we will then probably losing the first round. But getting some kind of advantage. That might be a turret wheel that is then buffing all the other cards. We're dropping the Siri. We will then lose the first round. We're getting the Orquist back in the hand and we're getting the Siri back in the hand. They have a huge card advantage. We're just passing. And we are also just passing. There's the Toro Wheel. He's buffing every card in the lane, so we would have needed to play 2 more cards here, and that is not happening. We're getting the Siri back, so we have 2 cards advantage, which is definitely good. We can now redraw a card. Well, that could be the Aromancy, but still the Aromancy is a super great card here in this matchup, so we don't want to do that. We are dropping one of the Arbalests here and getting what, another Rod Tosser? Another Rod Tosser it is. So we could just play the Morvran here. I guess we are starting with a Siri. You already knew the card. And there's no way we're getting the Siri back. We need to win the next 2 rounds. Markham Defender, that's 4 points. But of course, just dying to a Scourge here right now. We have the Aromancy, which is decent. Could go for the Yennefer, but I guess we're keeping that for now. Rod Tosser would be enough to kill the Markham Defender. If he's playing another Defender, then we might want to wait a bit with the Rod Tosser for playing that. So let's right now go for the action ability. Oh, Alzur Thunder. I like that, so we can get rid of that right away without the need to worry. Oh, 12 points. Why is he buffed up to 12 points? Shouldn't he be at 8? Ah, he had played 2 Dragoons, right. That's a bit stronger, so I guess we are just dropping the Scourge here. Getting rid of the 12 points right away. Currently has played 1 silver card, so if we give him another leader ability, that might not be too great. So he has played the first light. That is out of the way, so there might still be 2 more. And that means the Aromancy is still not safe. I would say the Rod Tosser now looks good. Should be able to take out the Markham Defender as well. And there will be no other 4 card he can play. But he could play lower units, of course. Elven Mercenary, for example.
Oh, my little lay.
Or this one. But then if we are using the Arbalest here, we are removing 5 strength. And then both units have 2, so that's an easy pickup. And we are clearing 2 for 1. Pretty good. And that's why the cow is so strong, because the opponent only has 1 turn to react. Would the cow be starting at the end of his turn, then he could have reacted another turn and improved, for example, the Markham Defender. So he is going for his leader ability. Dropping the King of Beggars. And another Hawker healer. So that is only buffing the King of Beggars. Oh, not? Why are you not dropping that? Is he afraid of the Aromancy still? Could be. So that is the 2nd silver card we are seeing here. Definitely not interested in giving him the opportunity for another silver card, but we might have to. I mean, he will not have all the silver cards in hand, so he's definitely able to find another one with the Brewer Hook, which is not that great. But still. Don't want to invest too much right now. We are dropping probably the Mercenary
Please
here.
wait, Your
Getting
Excellency.
another card, which
Falling
is
behind.
the Arbalest. So let's kill the King of Beggars at the most points right now. So he's at 4 points, or we at 20. Still 1 card ahead. And right now he's just stalling. He's not trying to win the round normally. Or at least he shouldn't. Might still try that. You never know. Never know. If I drop in the car here right now, there is a chance that we are not able to go for 2 rounds, or we need to drop too many cards to go for 2 rounds while our opponent is just passing. So that's why I really like to keep the car here for the last round. Also, that's 10 points. So right now we need to try something different. Let's go for the Orquist.
I'll feed you to the crows.
Okay, playing that again. So still 8 points ahead. Might drop the Rod Tosser here. Then we're clearing the 4 points. At least I hope so. Let's see. Well, losing now 7 points, but could buff the Hawker healer. I mean, we still have the Aeromancy, so we could just use that here in the lane. Then we would get rid of the Hawker healer instead. Even if he's using a Clear Skies. I guess that's a bit better. So Clear Skies is then not super useful, because the Dwarf here is still immune to weather, so we don't care for that. That means he is 17 points behind. Maybe now he is stopping to play cards. Bomb. Yeah, that is not doing much. So it's very unlikely that he can go 17 points here. And we could just pass. If we want to make sure, we will just drop the first light. That would be a possibility. But I guess we can just pass and take down the round here. Unlikely that he's going for 17 points. It is not happening. If you feel uncomfortable, play the first light in the situation, but normally you don't need to do that. So there you go, the last round, and we have 3 cards while we have 4 cards while he has only 2. We have the ability to redraw. So that's what we are doing. We are keeping those 2 for sure, and also like this one. We will drop the first light. Ooh, get another one. So just starting with the Yennefer.
Yield now.
Then we're dropping the car here. Oh, that's not good enough. And because he's not able to get the leader ability, because he's out of cards, we are getting another card here. So that's a huge advantage, and he's just conceding. That's another victory with the deck. And we should be running pretty good here until... I guess we are now at 2,800. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, nearly. 2,752 points right now. So, guys, I hope you like the deck, and I hope you are trying it out. It's pretty strong if you're not facing consume monsters, because the consume monsters are definitely a problem. They are just eating the cows from the rod tossers. Otherwise, the deck is running pretty fine against most other stuff. So try it out and give me feedback what you have experienced, what you like about the deck, what you don't like. If you have other suggestions, for example, for a reveal Nilfgaard deck, just post that in the comment as well. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully see you then in the next Gwent video or in the next card game video, whatever you like. I also do Hearthstone and other stuff, so check that out as well. And see you then, guys. Bye bye.